Here's the story of the barn. 6 years ago, when we decided to get the donkeys, we needed a structure. Rod took this old lean-to and turned it into a small shed for them. It saved us time and money and allowed us to save for the past 6 years in order to actually build a barn. So here's the area when we started to clear it. Rod's great with the chainsaw. We both worked really hard at removing and saving firewood. The big pieces were saved for firewood and the tops were taken to a brush pile. This is one of the trees coming down. Hard to see the trees go, but it was for a purpose. Doesn't look like much now, but all these will be coming down for the barn. 24 by 36 with a 12-foot overhang, so a footprint of 36 by 36. I'm out of breath because I've been hauling logs. And we're cutting the small trees. Rod's been working on the barn site and I've been helping. I stacked this by myself. Pretty proud of it. Now I'm hauling treetop brush. Rod's cutting off limbs and I'm hauling treetop brush. The site is back through here. Doing a quick video. Some big change come today. This big red or scarlet, I can't remember now, oak is coming out. This chestnut oak, which isn't that big, but the one we're happiest about is this one. It's a dead chestnut that's been there. And then the area over here where the barn will be. Some significant trees are coming out, so it's gonna look really different when I get home tonight. This beautiful hickory that I've loved all these years, it grows oddly, is gonna come out too. Well, it's all down. How many trees? 8?
8.
The big hickory, the big dead oak, this oak that had a lot of dead in it but was still alive, and then several trees back through here. This is our pile. This is our weekend's work. So this is what it looked like when I got home from work that night. Thank goodness for the tractor and equipment to help us move these logs. Rod's great on the chainsaw again and spent a lot of time cutting trees, and I spent a ton of time hauling using the side-by-side with a wagon on the back. Big trees are gone. Big pieces are gone. You can see them way over there. And now we have a lot more small stuff. Rod thinks we're halfway. I hope so. We couldn't believe it when we got to this point. A lot of work. We hired someone to come and stump grind. It was cheaper than us actually renting the machine and doing it ourselves. We had piles of wood everywhere, but we'll use it next year for firewood. We were just so happy with the flat site. The next step was getting crusher run in, and we actually rented a backhoe to do a lot of work and just get set. Rod loaded this one and I unloaded it. It was a great team effort. And then they told us they were delivering the materials, and we were so excited. It was the next step with the barn, but we had a lot of work to do over the weekend, but we did it. So I have a little bit more experience on the front end loader and the backhoe. So I started moving crusher run and pack and leveling out the surface with the backhoe that we rented. We were really, really grateful for it, although it was a little bit cumbersome piece of equipment. While I spent my time on this, Rod turned his attention to the storage container where we store our hay and straw and feed for the animals, and he did a great job. A nice brown, and this was the beginning of it. Here's the completed container. And this was the morning when the crew showed up. 4 young men. Within 20 minutes, they had the holes dug, 25 minutes. And here's how they got the poles in the ground. This was mid-morning, and by the end of the day, they had the siding going on. This was the end of the first day, and by noon the next day, it was complete. Here's the completed project, our barn. Love the colors. It's just a bronze with buckskin coating. We did a brown roof to match the other roofs, but you can't really see it unless you're up on the hill. Mennonite Construction Company. Rod and I did all the prep work and saved ourselves a ton of money. But 36 feet long and 24 feet wide. We have to do the doors ourselves. So we have a lot of work to do. But this will house the goats and donkeys and hay. If I go outside here, there's the container that Rod painted brown. And there's a 12-foot lean-to on the side. A lot of work left to do, but we'll get there. And it's been 6 years in the making. We've saved for 6 years with this goal. So it's just emotional and hard to believe it's come to pass.